As promised, college football is back as the Missouri Tigers travel to Lawrence, Kansas to meet the Jayhawks here in episode 2, I guess. First game, week 1. And the border showdown has been revived on the gridiron as the two teams have not met since 2011. And the Kansas Jayhawks are in a position where they're at home, ranked number 21 in the country against number 10 Mizzou, and a big chance for them to show up and have a big game to climb up in the rankings. Last time the two met, 24-10, Tigers won. We are on a 3-game winning streak. Let's make it 4 here today in Lawrence. And start off on this opening drive as the Jayhawks have the ball first. Hand off to the right side to Neal. Juke. Broken tackle, and he gets all the way down to, it looks like, about the 47 on a 30-yard carry on his first carry of the game. Now here's a play action for Jalon Daniels, and he's going to put this one right into coverage. We have an interception. Trying to get out to the right side, see if we can make something happen. Huge interception right there on the opening drive as we see an offensive lineman hurt for Kansas. As we take over now, hand off to Nate Noel, and he's going to make a big run happen, 17 yards up the field on his first carry. Not quite as good as Neal's, but here we're going to get a pass right over the middle, and that's a first down and much more on the 3rd and 9 to set us up in the red zone for the first time this season. Try to step up in the pocket there with Brady Cook, and Luther Burden is there. Gets us all the way down to the 3-yard line right here. We're going to have a goal line opportunity. Brady Cook fakes, takes it himself for a touchdown. Brady Cook's first touchdown of 2024 ends up being a rushing touchdown. Would not have thought that coming into this game. Jalon Daniels on the read option is going to keep it himself, make a couple of men miss until he's tackled well upfield down to about midfield, it looks like. Got a flag on the play, though, and that is going to be an illegal block in the back. It's going to bring Kansas all the way back to the 12-yard line. But they're still moving the football on the second drive. Here's a handoff right up the middle, and they had a really good rushing attack in this one. And caught us off guard here a few times, I think, especially in the first half. Here's a motion into an option. We are able to bring them down in the backfield, 4th and 4, and a missed field goal. So we keep the touchdown lead here late in the first quarter. Play action of our own, trying to step up, find a man wide open. And that is Mookie Cooper on up the field. That's going to put us back into the red zone, and we're going to look to take a 2-score lead right here, and that one probably shouldn't have been thrown to the right side of the end zone. We are going to take the field goal. And I think this is like the second field goal attempt I've made in this video game so far. A terrible kick. So we both have missed field goals there, back and forth, to keep the game 7-0 here early in the second quarter. Jalon Daniels looking for somebody. We got a spy on him. Throws it deep. Batted away. There's a flag down on the field, and I think Jalon Daniels, yep, he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it, so it's going to turn that 3rd and 20 into a 4th and very long there. Be a 4th and 24 on their own 4. Ensuing drive for us here. Play action to the running back and receiver, essentially. Nate Noel's going to catch it and go out to the left side, make a couple of men miss, and end up in the red zone for us. Trying to maximize this lead here in the first half. Going I formation on 1st and 10. It's a play action. We're going to throw deep to the tight end, and we got him for a touchdown. 14-0. Norfleet's going to give him the Heisman pose in the end zone to go up 2 touchdowns now. 10 minutes left in the first half. Jalon Daniels on a play action. He's going to get sacked right here. Big time sack for Walker Jr. right there. We got a man in motion. We're just going to flip this one up. Nice juke move, and that'll end up getting a first down. 3rd and 7 here. Brady Cook looking for somebody open. Tries to throw his man open. Can't quite get it there. And that will be a turnover on down. Screenplay now on a 3rd and 10 for Kansas. That's going to lead to a punt. Another 3rd and 5 for us on the next drive, and end up getting a first down to Nate Noel right there. Quick screen play to the left side on a 2nd and 7 now here late in the second half. Big time juke by Mookie Cooper, makes a man miss, and brings us up the field all the way down to the 6 now on a 2nd and 6 on the same drive. Rolling out with Brady Cook, and we're just going to take this all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. Mizzou up 21-0 on Kansas. Just over a minute left in the first half now. And here's going to be a pass out to Neal, and works it right up the field perfectly. Getting out of bounds, preserving that clock. Now on a 2nd and 9. Going to find another wide open receiver as Jalon Daniels and the Jayhawks are moving the football now into Mizzou territory. 44 seconds left on the clock, and Jalon Daniels throws an interception. Off to the left side, throws an interception to Clark, and we will take back over with just a little over 30 seconds left now on a 3rd and 10. Can't quite get anything going, and 21-0 is the score at halftime as we kick off the second half with a nice run. Now we're going to get a quick pass out to Luther Burden. He makes a man miss and is all the way up to the 32-yard line now. Big time drive here for our offense, and now working the ball. Another sweep play here to Luther Burden, and he's going to bring that one all the way down to the 15-yard line now. 4th and goal from the 2. Taking almost half the quarter off the clock, and we're going to go with old reliable right here. Luther Burden the 3rd with a touchdown on the quick jet sweep pass. And we go up 28-0 now on the Jayhawks about midway through the 3rd quarter. Have done a good job of kind of slowing the game down now. And Luther Burden the 3rd, big time touchdown. Big 28-0 lead. Quick slant route. Jalon Daniels finds a man open, makes a man miss, and he's going to go all the way for the touchdown. And the Jayhawks finally showing life here. Midway through the 3rd quarter, they finally get onto the board. It is now 28-6 with 6:40 left in the game. I'm going to go to the ensuing kickoff for the Jayhawks. Down 3 touchdowns now. They're going to have to make something happen with 6.5 minutes left. Big hit and a fumble. The Jayhawks are going to recover this thing, and they take over on offense. A couple plays later, they're going to put one into the end zone, and we got ourselves a ball game all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen. 28-14 now on the ensuing drive. We need to do something here to combat that. That is a 14-point swing right there with the turnover. Perfect throw and catch. I think that was the running back right there on a streak play. 3rd and inches now later on in the drive. We're down to the 10-yard line. Going to bring in some motion. Quick jet sweep. Caught and all the way out. Makes a couple of guys miss for a touchdown. And that's going to put us back up by 3 touchdowns right there. Feeling a little bit better now, 35-14, as the 4th quarter is getting ready to start. That got interesting there for a minute. And try to ride this out now and win this game up by 3 scores. There's a nice catch, and he holds on to it, and that's how we end the 3rd quarter right there. 35-14, I should say. And the game Luther Burden has had 7 catches, 70 yards versus Lawrence Arnold, 3 catches for 95 yards. He had that big touchdown play, of course, on the slant that led to a little bit of a Jayhawk comeback. There is a nice catch right there over the middle of the field. Big time gain. Now 3rd and 10 for the Jayhawks. Jalon Daniels looking for anyone open, and he finds a man. Caught by Neal all the way down to the 1-yard line for a 1st and goal. Now the Jayhawks have a chance to put them back within 2 scores. They do just that. Touchdown on the left side for Jalon Daniels. It's 35-21 now. About 11.5 minutes left. Ben Norfleet, huge catch right there. That is a big-time gainer. The drive ends up stalling out here. 35-21, trying to go up 38-21. We do just that, so we redeem ourselves a little bit. I think that field goal is a little further out than the first one was. Either way, it works. As we get another 3 points right there. 38-21 is now the score. And I think with about 6 minutes left, we're going to get a perfect timing user pick right there for Pride Jr. right there on the sideline. That was an amazing play. Now Brady Cook taking over here on a 3rd and 8. We're going to get down to a 4th and 1, just under 4 minutes. And after a false start, we are going to get a jet sweep out to Luther Burden III. He's going to go for the first down, and we're going to go down to keep that clock moving. Leads to a touchdown for the Tigers. 45-21 is now the score, as we get one more rushing touchdown to just cap off this game. 27 seconds left. This right here going to be the final play by Jalon Daniels, down 45-21. He heaves one up for the Hail Mary, in and out of his hands, and that will do it for the border war. We take home the drum. Tigers win 45-21. Final score in Lawrence, Kansas, and we go to 1-0. We'll see how the rankings will reflect us next week. Huge game for Brady Cook, 375 yards, 5 total touchdowns, just under 74% on the completion percentage. Big time win here in week 1, and we will break down the stats right here after the game. Just get a couple of good highlights from this game. Wild one at times, but ended up being a blowout for the Tigers. Huge 45-21 victory over the Kansas Jayhawks in the border war to kick off 2024 and to kick off our dynasty here. So we'll be going we'll have Kansas come to Mizzou to start out next year, and pretty dominant, scoreless in the first half, and 21 points in the second half. Give a couple of big plays, but doubled first downs, 32-16. Total offense 533-380. Other notables, they had 5 more rushing yards than us, but we had the better per. Oh no, it was tied. That's the same per attempt. They just attempted one more carry than us. Couple of rushing touchdowns. We got 3 rushing touchdowns. Yards per pass a little bit better, but more passing yards. Brady Cook was cooking in this one, 379 yards. Actually, better 3rd down conversion Kansas had, but we were perfect on 4th down. 2 of those. Kansas got 1 as well, and they were a little more efficient in the red zone too. We did miss that field goal in the red zone. That was a tough one. The kicking is a little rough on this new college football game. 608-457 the total yards. We did do better in the penalties, had better time of possession. 8 penalties, 45 yards. Sloppy game for Kansas. And we'll look at Kansas real quick. Jalon Daniels, 221 yards, 2 touchdowns as well. 19-21, I mean, 90% completion percentage. You cannot be mad at that. Rushing the ball, Devin Neal had a big game, 131 yards, 1 touchdown. Receiving, Skinner, 96 yards and a touchdown off 5 catches. And I don't think really anything defensively. There was a sack, I think. A couple sacks. Well, they had 3 total sacks in this game. Dylan Brooks with a couple of sacks, and Dylan Waduke also with a couple of sacks there for the Jayhawks. So we will go over. We'll start with defense for us. The 1 sack for Johnny Walker Jr., and we did have 3 interceptions in this game. Marcus Clark, Toriano Pride Jr. with the amazing interception that he had, and Greg Swift with interception as well. So good game defensively for us. Go up to Brady Cook, 379 yards, 3 touchdowns, 34 of 46, 73% completion percentage in the game. Nate Noel had 8 carries for 66 yards. Tavoris Jones, 6 for 32. Marcus Carroll, 7 for 30. And Austin Madison, we got in for 5 carries. He ended up getting a touchdown as well there at the end of the game, 21 yards. Brady Cook, 4 carries, 5 yards, 2 touchdowns. What a stat line on the ground for Brady Cook. Luther Burden III had a huge game, 10 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown in this First game of the season, Mookie Cooper, 3 catches, 68 yards. Brett Norfleet, big game, 3 catches, 51 yards, and a touchdown. DeVorce Jones had 3 catches for 50 yards. Nate Noel, 5 for 48. And Theo Weiss, 7 for 45 yards. Makia Miller was the other one that got the touchdown. 2 catches for 23 yards. Josh Manning also got in for a catch for 9 yards. There's a couple of drops we had. Burden had 1. Tyler Stevens had a drop, and Marcus Carroll as well. And we missed that kick. Blake Gregg. Well, I can't remember what did. Yeah, 29 yards. That's rough. Shortest kick. Hey man, it happens. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button and hit the subscribe as well. We're on the road to 300 subscribers. We will continue. This is just the first game, week 1. Win over the Jayhawks and bring home the border war drum, at least until next year, where we will get Kansas at home in Columbia. And we will roll on to next week as we welcome James Madison University to Faurot Field in Columbia for the first home game of the year, going in 1-0.